Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Geelong Zone. And we are continuing our legend face-off reviews. This time it is a video of Joel Selwood versus Luke Hodge. Well, not versus, a player perspective of the career. And I'll be telling all of their stats. Well, not every stat, otherwise we'll be here till Christmas Day, and I don't want to do that. But the important stats anyway. Some of their seasons they played in the highly averages. And at the end, which player would you take for one game only? So we'll get straight into the video. Joel Selwood played 355 games with 185 goals. He really wasn't a goal kicker, so I don't know why I did that in. Played over 15 years, one club player from 2007 to 2022. He played his last game in the 2022 AFL Grand Final, the winning Grand Final. He was an inside mid ball and a great team player, inspirational captain, inspirational leader. Yes, before he was into the roving or the ruck, whatever you want to call it, the roving ruck. He did play a lot in centre wing. Won a couple of All-Australians in there. Then when Ablett left the club, he moved into a more inside role and won more All-Australians there. So could do it all in the midfield. He is a four-time premiership player, 2007, 2009, 2011, 2022. He was the captain of 2022. He's a six-time All-Australian. 2009, 2010, the captain of the All-Australian team in 2013, 14 and 2016. And also 2017 non-captain. Four-time AFL Courageous Player of the Year award and a two-time Anzac Day medalist, three-time Kyri medal winner, which is Geelong's BNF, 2010, 2013, 2014. So it was kind of hard for me to decide which seasons I'm going to put here, which seasons I want to review. So I've personally gone with his best seasons for me statistically, which I've got three here in mind. I've got his 2010 season, his 2011 season, and his 2013 season, which I think are his best seasons, winning All-Australian club, the Kyri medal, all in the same year. So I've picked these seasons. So 2010 average season, he averaged 28 disposals, 5 marks, 5 tackles, 5 clearances, 9 contested disposals. Now you might think, well, is that really All-Australian worthy? Well, this is 79 efficiency disposal rate, 79%. That is absolutely ridiculous. So that means his average of 28 disposals, 22 of those found a target. That is absolutely insane. So all those disposals, I don't actually have them on record, but all the disposals he got in the 2010 season, and 79% of those were efficient. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Mental. 2011 season, so he had 26 touches, 1 goal a game. He wasn't, like I said, he wasn't really a big goal kicker. But in 2011, he did average a goal a game. 6 tackles, 4 marks, 5.5 clearances. Usually I'll round that off, but it was actually 5.5. 12 contested disposals. And again, a little bit of a drop-off with disposal efficiency, 71%. 2013 season average per game, he had 25 disposals, again, 1 goal a game, 6 tackles, 5 clearances, 4 marks, contested disposals, 12. 12 contested disposals at an efficiency of 77%. So 19 of his 25 found a target. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible to keep that efficiency for so high. I did manage to check his stats a couple of years before his retirement. The stats go down a little bit, but that's expected. That's called Father Time. That's undefeated. But usually from those seasons I mentioned, he was averaging around 72 to 79% kicking efficiency. He was averaging 25, 26 disposals. He was averaging a goal a game. Just doing sensational stuff on the inside. What I noticed with Joel Selwood, as the years went on, the contested disposals went up. Early on in his career, he was playing centre wing, but when he was thrown into the roving or into the middle, his contested ball went up and up and up every single year. So just an incredible player with that. We're actually going to go to Luke Hodge now. Luke Hodge played 346 games, so they played similar games, but Luke Hodge did start a little bit earlier than Joel Selwood. Joel Selwood really, his first year was very good. I could have easily put that in there. So he from game one, Joel Selwood was a superstar. So Luke Hodge played 2002 to 2019. He was actually a 2-game player with Hawthorn. I would say Fitzroy, but the political correct term is Brisbane Lions. It's not like the Footscray Western Bulldogs thing. I don't want to be sued. So we'll say Brisbane Lions when it really should be Fitzroy or Brisbane Bears. We're finished with Brisbane Lions in the twilight years. He was actually a very versatile player. He was probably more versatile than Joel Selwood, no disrespect. But Luke Hodge won multiple All-Australians in different positions. So he was a versatile player, playing wing, halfback, and sometimes roving. He was known as the general, the defensive general down back for a lot of years. He was a 4-time premiership player, 2008, 2013, 2015, 3 in a row. He was the captain during those 3 years, or that three-peat. He was a 2-time Norm Smith medalist, 2008, 2014. He's a 3-time All-Australian, 2005, 2008, 2010. 2 of those were in different positions, one at a halfback and one in the centre. He's a 2-time BNF winner, 2005, 2010. A little note here, in that 2005 series, Hawthorn actually stinked for a change. That was a terrible year for them. I think they only won 5 games a year in 2005. So I thought, I'm going to review his 2005, his 2010, his 2014 season. Unfortunately, this is all I can give you for his 2005. His season average, he played halfback in that year. Stats, 28 disposals per game, 16.5 kicks, 3 tackles, 5 marks. That's all I got. AFL. If you want to keep players' history and all their statistical stats, how about go as far as 2008? That would be nice, because that's all I've got. I've done my research. I've looked everywhere I can. They're the only stats I can find in 2005. So instead of going to India, China, Antarctica, USA, England, Bangladesh, wherever you want to bloody go, how about you actually give something into the game and let people that want to research things actually give them a chance to research it? Because I wanted to do his 2008 season. There's absolutely no point. So that is some woke bullshit there. 2010 season averages. This is when he was on the centre wing. I've put centre wing because that's where he was as All-Australian. 25 disposals, 15 kicks, 6 tackles, 5 clearances, 5 marks, 10 contested disposals at a 70% efficiency rating. 2014, again, halfback. That's where he was, halfback. 25 disposals, 6 marks, 4 tackles, 8 contested disposals, 9 contested. I've got that in twice. Okay, 71% efficiency. So I actually do round up and round down. So if a player's got 3.4, I'll say 3. If it's 5.8, I'll say 6. So I've got that in twice. So his stats, he did play halfback, some games half forward. He played that grand final game against West Coast, half forward, kicking that amazing goal, and they're already up by 100 points. Waste of time. But he was a much versatile player than Joel Selwood. That's not a debate there. But Joel Selwood, was an inspirational leader at the time, a very probably one of the best captains Geelong's ever had. And that's saying a lot because we had a lot of great captains, a lot of great Geelong captains over the years. Luke Hodge was saying probably Luke Hodge is probably one of their best captains also. And they also had some great leaders at the time. But it's really a shame that I can't go back further than 2008 for proper stats. But it is what it is, I guess. So who would you take for one game for your life, for your career, just one game? It's really not that simple because Hodge did that. He did that twice. He won the Norm Smith medal twice. Well, Joel Selwood, he had Ablett, he had Dangerfield, he had Hawkins, running around, he had a much better support network. He didn't need to have 30 disposals. He never need to have 5 goals. That 2022 when he was captain, the only thing that was missing was the captaincy as a premiership player. Yes, he didn't win a Brownlow. Other players won a Brownlow around him. Jimmy Bartell, Gary Ablett, Patrick Dangerfield. So he didn't really need to do that. So it is very, very difficult. It's very difficult. Selwood 2014 against Carlton, legendary performance. So it's very hard to decide for one game. Probably Hodge. I'd go with Hodge because he's won 2 Norm Smiths. But like I said, those grand finals, one of those was a complete blowout. We know what he did in the 08 grand final. We don't really need to go into that one, do we? And he was sensational in that grand final against us. So one game for your life, I'll probably go with Hodge. For a whole season, I'd probably go with Selwood. For a career, I'd go with Selwood. I'd probably go with Selwood, but it's very close. It's very, we don't need to talk about 08. He killed us. He killed us that day. That's for damn sure. So I think that's probably right. For season career, you'd probably go with Selwood because he's done more. Neither of them won a Brownlow, but players around them won Brownlows. Sam Mitchell won a Brownlow. If you want to count that, I really feel for Joe Watson. I don't think that should have been stripped. Or if anything, it should be vacant. It really should be vacant. Yes, Sam Mitchell, and who was the other player that tied with him? I actually forgot. Trent Cotchin. You got to be kidding me. So I get they were second best place, but it really should be vacant in my opinion. Or he should keep the Brownlow Joe Watson. So that's pretty tough. But again, Hodge had a Brownlow medal teammate with him, Sam Mitchell. Joel Selwood had 3 Brownlow players, Ablett, Dangerfield, and Jimmy Bartell. Let's not forget that. So, probably for one game, I would take Luke Hodge because he's done it on grand final day. Season and career, take Joel Selwood. But anyway, I really do like making these videos. The chat was not as busy today. I think they want to pay attention to what I say, comparing Hodge to Selwood. But let's remember, this is my show. I say what the hell I want on my show. And the viewership's actually, I don't really care about viewership, but that's doing all right, actually. But anyway, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Other YouTube channels will be down below. Hoops Crew, Kyri's Red Dawn TV show, the Jumper Punch, all that in the link below. As usual, Factual Opinion said, thanks, Coach. Selwood, hang on, what's this? Hang on. Selwood should have won the Brownlow in 2013 with Gary Ablett Jr. Didn't poll a vote in 2000. In round 23, didn't poll a vote. Well, that's a bit like Scott West in the year 2000, Kyri, where in one game he took up 38 disposals. So he didn't poll a single vote. He polls one vote, he wins the Brownlow medal. I think that was the year 2000. That was the greatest rob job of all time, in my opinion. Didn't get a single vote. You kidding me? Not a single vote. Poor Scotty West. Terrific player, Scott West. And his son's looking like a pretty good player as well. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do like enjoying these. I still dream of doing a show under 10 minutes, but that's never going to get it done, isn't it? I'll still continue this series. I'm gonna come up with some ideas. I don't want to stay in the same era. I want to go back as far as the 70s if I can. I wanted to do one with John Semi Newman. But the problem with that is getting stats. And once again, AFL, priorities in the wrong. They're just fucking stupid at times. The AFL, at times, all the time. So I'd love to do one with John Semi Newman and some players around that area. I'd like to do one with Polly Farmer, but stats are impossible to get. Instead of going to India and to God knows what, maybe we should get that right. So when we look up players, we can actually know what they did. That would be fantastic. So unfortunately, I'll have to stay around the same era. So thank you so much for that. But I will get creative with players. I want to do one with Dangerfield. Do I do a comparison with Nat Fyfe? Do I do one with Dustin Martin? We'll see. But yeah, I do want to do some stuff with 80s and 90s players, but it is what it is, isn't it? But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Not as busy as in the chat today, which is good for me. Don't have to do a 30-minute show. And it's tea time soon. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.